in general give them really good mid-game.
Radiance ban.
Yeah. So Darkseer ban and Ursa pick. Okay, doesn't feel like it's overall worth it. With that said, mid lane is currently going a little bit better. Dendi getting the help from the Rubik has helped harass mid one down fairly low here, so...
Alright, Pycat picked up a haste rune. Death to Pylai die. Oh man. I like that pickup, right, man. They're just like, nah, screw Py. Screw his playing jungle half the time. That's really the bright light here.
Yeah.
Navi roster Pycat maybe on here, stunned up. MP is going to be able to get close enough. Telekinesis actually pushes them back. They now have a stun. They're going to try and finish off Pylai die. Now Pycat is probably giving up his life for this one, but at least they do get the kill. Now the Orban from the puck. Kezu will stop Biver's TP out with the coil. Make that a 2-for-1.
They're swapping their lanes. They want to turn them into more like advantageous lanes, but they're going from like really bad lanes to still pretty bad lanes. They will snipe the courier with this smoke rotation.
Stone Gaze is going to be able to go off fast enough. It is. Mid one. Oh, man. He was kind of low mana, but then he got a pretty decent mistake. And now they're going to make their initiation on the multiple heroes. Try and pull up mid one before he gets off the mana shield, and they do get him. Now a second one. Pylai die also goes down. Puppey got to receive the shot from General here. Kezu comes in and does manage to get a turnaround kill. MP and Kezu dueling up here against 3. RMN misses out on the crush, and they will not think as simple as him having mana shield.
That could have made a big difference. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was hitting tower. He could have just had the mana shield up and been good, but didn't expect that instant initiation. Now, Secret have made a smoke rotation in. They got a successful scan, but what they don't expect is Navi are so grouped up here, may still win it anyway. The enrage goes off from Pycat, but he's kind of stuck inside the trees with a bug on top of him too. Now coiled up. All of that is going to be little Pycat. They're beginning to hit some of these timings for the mid game. They're still losing these towers just by simple small rotations. Nice initiation from General. A 2-man call leading to the Sonic Wave. Mid one will survive through it initially, but doesn't have enough mana for the Stone Gaze, so he can't actually repel Navi. Navi get the opportunity to just run over whatever heroes they can. They've already picked up 2, both cores from Secret. Now they're looking for a support as well. Puppey is dusted up. They're going to be able to get the Corrosive Haze and the call, so Puppey doesn't have a chance for a time.
Going for them have been perfect. Hitting both the Venge and the Medusa there in that blink call was crucial. Perhaps a bit of a misplay by Secret by positioning them such that that could happen, but still fantastic from General. He will go down in mid lane though. Not so fantastic. We cursed him a little bit there, but all in all, like Navi, these team fights are exactly what they need. They time it.
Things were good, but now they're very rapidly going to see I die here that with all these blink daggers coming in, Secret don't really stand a chance if they split up.
Ceased to be the case here as Navi going the aggressive with a smoke and Kezu.
Attempted crush. Kezu's phase shift is level 2, so lasted just long enough, but he doesn't manage to put pressure on mid now with their 3 heroes. EP rotations. Silence. You have to be a little bit careful here. There is an opportunity for an instant stun if they get a coil and swamp at the same time. Pycat could be in a bad position, but General's there with the recourse. They manage to get a call on MP, but he's too tanky. Now mid one right in the middle of all of this with the Stone Gaze. Pycat has to turn and fight, but there goes that Aegis, and there goes General too. The initiator's down. RMN's pushed away. That's going to be another form of initiation that's going to be missing for Navi. Fortunately, they do manage to get the Ursa. One of the things is they need some extra damage. Their initiation. General's trying to finish up a blade mail, but it's going to be swapped back here. Secret, but Kezu kind of blinks a little bit too far forward. General does manage to get off the call, survives for a while, but will still end up going down. No
priority for Navi, but it's more about the how, not the if you can get it.
NP's in an awkward position here. He may be caught by these shrine rotations. Pycat's not going to turn around, though. He just keeps on marching forward, goes for Pylai die because RMN's the back line. They do also catch MP, but that blade mail is going to do a decent amount of damage. They've caught Pylai die, but the Stone Gaze is turning them away from MP, who managed to get the swap back. Biver, a free pick off there. Pycat still trying to lay waste to the back lines there, but it's going to be coiled up and now kited around. He will end up going down here to mid one as they turn RMN.
That's where they will unfortunately not be so lucky.
Like it's going to result in nothing. RMN gets his smoke pop. Now going to be swapped back by MP straight into a stun. Puppey activates the shrine, thinking, if the fight's coming to me, I'll need a little bit of action.
Taken by Secret. They've got minus armor from Venge as well as Weaver. Plenty of damage output to kill it if they want to.
Pycat's all in. Got that tier 2, I guess.
I'm TP out now.
Die for his sins.
lost all map control. All their other towers, the shrines were starting to fall. It was Navi who are losing their top shrine by Roshan. Before Secret's like, wait a second.
They know the Medusa is bottom, but they just can't quite get there, in fact.
And Medusa's already back now.
Now Medusa TPing onto the shrine. Secret will begin their turn. They're going to get some combo stuns here onto Pycat. RMN's going to interrupt that one. Does manage to get a decent crush, but now caught in a two-man coil. Kezu makes sure that two of them will end up going down. Viver.
They just need buyback for this high ground defense, and I don't even know if Navi can defend this one.
Like, no matter what happens, they're going to be crippled. If they can defend this, they will have lost most of their map control. Hard to gain that back. General's going to come in with his Shadow Blade, try to go for the back lines here with Shadow Blade and the Blink Dagger, but they do have the counter vision. He managed to blink away from that one, but now swap back in. His initiation going to be total futile now as he gets right-clicked apart. RMN also going to be caught here. Nice activation of the shrine by Viver, while Pycat goes for some of the side heroes, but can't finish any of them off. There's too many forward staffs, too many swaps, too many problems for him to lock down these very mobile heroes. And now Mid-1 just keeps on marching forward. He's got half the mana, still has Aegis, has that Solar Crest to be able to work off of, and all of Secret is sitting behind him, waiting to go. Another time lapse activated by Puppey onto Mid-1, healing up.
16-second cooldown. Like, yeah, just to give him like an extra 300 mana. Puppey time lapses. They lose Kezu though.
That's something. Dendy's gonna keep on moving forward here. They kind of ignore Dendy. Just go ahead and keep on right-clicking down Pycat. MP makes sure he continues to kite that hero. Puppey, oh, he gets taken apart there with the enrage activated by Pycat. He does the extra damage necessary. Sonic Wave hits a little bit there. Does manage to finish off MP. Pycat desperately needs to get away though. It does have a Blink Dagger up. He's good. Now they're trying around. They can actually pursue out, especially with RMN. They're going to be able to catch Pylai Die here. Mid-1 is going to turn and fight as best he can, but I'm not sure if Mid-1 can, though. He is going to be able to pick up one and is going to be brought down. The problem is, on his second life, he's not going to be receiving any help. Navi are actually going to buy back on RMN just to make sure that Mid-1 can't actually escape. Get the corrosive haze, and Pycat's just waiting and waiting and waiting until he can make his initiation. General almost dies here with the Shadow Blade activated. Now the enrage with the damage coming in. Mid-1 pops the Manta. Maybe he can still pick up a couple more kills here. General gets the call. He gets one. He was so close to be on the Medusa, right? He's got to get the back line. That's been a problem for Wilson Navi. It's why these smoke initiations are oftentimes the most successful. Not sure if this one's going to be, though. They're going to go on a Pylai Die first. Swap back. IMP's right in the middle of all these heroes. So is Mid-1, though. He immediately goes and targets General first with all this damage. Good Sonic Wave. The backlines. Pycat does manage to kill Pylai Die. He now focuses on Kezu. Can't quite get him, though. Too mobile. And he's now locked in by the Dream Coil. RMN tries to come in, give him some relief. The crush comes in a bit too late, though. 70 seconds on the clock for Pycat. RMN. A similar scenario here. General comes in with the Blade Belt. Does manage to finish off MP. And Mid-1's running out of mana. But do they have the damage to finish him off? A little bit more of a juke, and they get him. Finally, General patient across with the Corrosive Haze, Deathso, and just sheer physical damage on Pycat. Limiting that pickup, and this could be a finish.
To turn around the fight in your favor, so we'll see how Secret. They're looking to siege into an Aegis. I mean, that really shows how confident they feel their position is.
Well, those lightning procs are kind of rough. They are going to start going onto the Queen of Pain here, locked in, Scythe of Ice, as well as the Coil. He is going to get a helpful force staff there from Viver, and they activate the Shrine as well. They're receiving so much damage from Mid-1 and his Dusa with the bouncing lightning and all the split shot. They're all dropping low here. They need to activate another Shrine, going to throw back another Medusa illusion into the real one, but it doesn't save Viver's life. He's now down for 50 seconds, and Secret have a numbers advantage. General needs to even this out. He needs to find the right kind of initiation. They're going to start going on to him with Pycat, but geez, look at him. He doesn't do anything, and Mid-1 just ripped him apart. Now RMN somehow gets caught in the Stone Gaze. Pycat comes back, but they're scotched up. They're easily going to be able to kite around this carry, and I think Navi, it's time to say goodnight for game one. They are down with 3 heroes, no buyback.
That douche just like walked in, fighting into an Aegis, fighting with Cheese. Just that was 1v5ing with Bloodlust, with Lotus Orb. You can't touch Mid-1. You've got to find a way to get the back lines. When he's got all these buffs on him, there is absolutely nothing you can do. The time lapse is sitting behind him, and
Secret are playing the split push game and are saying, oh, we're going to avoid your team fight, they can now punish it through having a lash, and it does look like that puts
block him, so there's no real way for General to be able to close that gap quickly. The dust is going to wear out, and a fresh invis laid down. They are going to try and keep going. Jesus Christ! All right, it's
okay. That
going to be
dust
cut off
coming out.
here by RMN. Very low chance that he might be able to get this kill. If he hits the stun, now has to pop the Diabolic Edict afterwards with the extra nuke or the Fade Bolt. They might still be able to get this kill. Puppey comes in, soaks up some of the damage, tries to get some return kill onto Harm.
Looking very good. Icat not exactly farming amazingly, but he's got 11 CS against what should have been a tough lane, and they're going for it again in mid.
Round 2, no TP here. This time mid one will just throw out the tornado and try and run back, but it looks like they may have the damage anyway. Pylai stops the last right click. Dendy, can you get it? 2 seconds? No, the shockwave's not going to be there in time. In fact, Biver may end up going down. Pylai is just beating him. A new one. Dendy. But stop that.
To empower the Rubik to help him get that kill. Just couldn't quite get it. Nice attempt from Navi. And losing just his support for all those rotations isn't all too bad for them, considering the other lanes where they've taken the T1 bottom tower. They've almost got a kill onto Kezu. He's going to be forced to hoof stomp himself out of there, and with the stun coming up, RMN still wants this.
But he just happened to hit Puppey while he's in biz too, so Puppey couldn't even get a whole lot of lead thanks to the Bounty Hunter's distance, but it's actually been quite the opposite. Not managed to accomplish nearly as much as the Navi supports. Now with a triple stun combination, they'll pick up Puppey as well, 4-1. MP, maybe, with a Sunstrike. RMN. Oh, his TP was just about to complete.
Oh.
It was so close, but...
See a good escape for him. Does have a telekinesis. Pushed MP back, but no TP still.
General, he would have to be there. It just...
Some Pycat, so he may not have any farm, but they still feel like they can use this trio to find a kill, ideally on the Invoker.
They're not going to be able to clip Puppey with that one. They may still be able to bring mid one down. They'll hit the stun as the Chronosphere fades back, and there's going to be a lot of secret heroes to be able to respond. Denny does manage to get a really good RP, though. No turnaround, though. RMN is going to get burned out from the Ignite. Unfortunately, would have been a nice combo stun, but Dendy...
How safe he's... I mean, he's not dying because he's a boy, but...
Biver, I'm sorry, dude. Your rotations are good in the beginning, but this time around...
Yeah.
He caught 5-5.
Pressure onto Navi.
Oak can still be successful. It's been popped on NP, but Pylai is in position to make a goal here on RMN. RMN has his ult out, so at least he'll get some damage in return. Might be enough to actually kill Pylai with the Diabolic Edict damage still going out, and a Shockwave coming in from Denny.
He's going to be rushing an Echo Saber. He's going a more farm-oriented build himself, where he can actually dish out some good damage. And Chronosphere at bottom, they've caught MP.
Oh, look at that, General.
Great play. Yeah.
It's the...
bounty which my matriarch will provide. How can this be?
Point Dendy. Oh, nice attempted play there for mid one with the preemptive Sunstrike to get him during skewer, but not go that turn.
Yeah. You feel even if I guess if it landed, perhaps they would have committed more damage for it, but it did feel like they were lacking. And Void.
Dire structures are fortified.
Your elements purged.
TP mid, they want their shrines. MP is camped on the high ground. General. Uh-oh.
General's going to be gone on. He's definitely dead. Dendy is...
Succeed in the late game. We may find this Courier.
He got it.
Yeah.
Oh, barely thanks to this ward right here.
Yep.
Does not mean a happy article about that, but ulting Chrono.
Yep.
Epicenter being drawn up here. Here comes RMN charging in, trying to finish off with that Burrow Strike, but the Stampede comes in. Unfortunately, that plus 15 movement speed just wasn't enough. General's now been caught by the track. They're going to be chased down. MP will go for RMN, while Kezu puts a stomp onto General. TP out from like a big change for a lot of strength here. But it seems like as time has gone on, it's been the Magnus. Pycat is going to be gone on here. There goes that Aegis. Secret are going to try and make another go here. Now, they do not have the stomp. but they will have the track to be able to keep up of Pycat, it seems. Chronosphere laid out. He's going to go and try and get to the other side, but Kezu's on top of him. Does manage to get the link. And Pycat's TP. And still
farm game, so it kind of appears, I guess, on the surface that like, oh, Navi's doing more, they're pressuring the lanes, they're the ones who are initially getting more of the kills, but Iron Man at top.
Sun Strike will
down.
finish him off.
Great combo. Yeah.
Viver does manage to steal the stomp that will lead into General hitting a stun as well, but Kezu is very tanky. He's got Hooded Defiance as well as a point booster. Viver's now going to be blasted down by mid. They actually are getting kind of run around, and they got a lot of tier 2 damage there in the bottom lane. General's going to go for an epicenter on a Pylai Die. Now, this time around, it doesn't look like a Stampede will save him, but in the end, it's Pylai Die. That guy's literally known for dying. He's okay. Pycat actually jumping forward away from the hood stomp. They're going to be controlled up by the cold snap, though. He's too far forward, and gets picked apart. Secret. You take the Ogre.
Is under siege. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower
Was underneath the ward. Pylai actually TP's in up here. Oh, right, very close to it.
Taking it.
Yeah. That
Typical
looks to be the case.
MP. Oh my god. All right. Viver's got the blink dagger. He'll send him back. He'll get the stun follow up and everything.
Yeah, he saw the Mud Golem, which Puppy is using as like a scouting tool, but he still gets found
General.
here.
General.
Puppy can then go in and follow it up for a track, so you can really see the power of the Helm of the Dominator in use, and why Puppy wants to go for it on his bounty hunter.
Thought he's routed around the Roshan area, knowing that this is probably going to be part of the game. Able to get an initiation on a Pylai Die, so one support picked off, the other one may not die here. Kezu actually managed to get the stun onto Dendi. Dendi invised up, but they do have the vision of him. He starts getting away. Nice Chronosphere. Pycat locking in 4. They're going to be able to get the Burrow Strike off that with the RP. 4 down from Secret. That'll open up Roshan.
Up the epicenter, the chrono back up in 15 seconds as well. Navi want to force this.
Mid one pops his head out. That is nothing more than a tornado to dispel that double damage that was sitting on Pycat. They are going to try and come forward here. They do manage to hit the stun. Pycat doesn't actually get off BKB fast enough, but he does have that second life. MP, he gets off of BKB his zone. He actually charges forward here through Navi's lineup, trying to go on for Viver here, but he does get that was a well-timed bash, and RP almost finished him off, but Dendi does manage to hold on to it as the time lapse completes. Dendi with his Shadow Blade in a position. Nice double stun out from General on the Puppy and Pylai Die. That telekinesis is going to be thrown into Pi. They are going to get that 2-man Chronosphere. Now Dendi still waiting for his opportunity to catch some of the cores. The supports aren't going to end up going down. Finally, the RP is laid out. It's going to be on mid one. They want to stop this big damage dealer. Another great Burrow Strike out from General. Hits Kezu as well on this side. Can they hit it with the skewer? They've got him. Bowls right into him. Kezu going to be stopped from being able to TP out. That will be a track kill for Navi, since Viver had that one stolen away from Puppy. 4 down from Secret once again.
General's going for the epicenter bottom. He wants MP. He'll get him, I think.
No! MP, is that going to be... Oh my god, it's
so
the last...
Their big ultimates for a little bit of time, but these are like, now that we're kind of in the late game, like the RP, the Chrono, it feels like you use one, you win a fight, they're back up within the next minute or so.
Oh, another 2-man stun from General. He just doesn't stop. The skewer back on the Puppy. Freebie for Navi on their way out.
The majority of their team fight, and Navi are ready to go again. They've got ultimates once more.
No Generals in here. Do they really want to make this initiation? They don't manage to catch Pycat. They do hit General and blow him up with a meteor. Now, the ultimate's going to be laid out by Pycat. He's trying to finish off MP. Does he have the damage? No, the time lapse goes off again. He gets a bash, though, double bash, and he does manage to finish off. Kezu going to be caught by the Burrow Strike. Puppy's up next. Viver right in front of his face. Looks like they're going to be able to get that kill. Nice turnaround by Puppy.
He'll force this one, knowing that the Centaur and Weaver are dead.
Popped out. Tier 3 will be finished off by the illusions. And
yourself against a Chronosphere or an RP, it's just going to come down to positioning and how you play it, and he's looking to play it by finding a free pick. Viver, bottom lane, can't do a whole lot against the Lincoln Sphere, and we'll get...
The worlds won't change the fact that Dendi is very clearly trying to play a neutralizer role. If they can catch Pylai Die here, the Stampede goes off, slows some of them down. They do manage to kill Pylai Die here. The RP goes out from Dendi, but
not a big kill, but it just means that once they find one more pick off, suddenly you've got a big numbers advantage. The 5v3.
Oh,
Pycat wants
Pycat.
in, but
He's got the BKB. If he could finish off MP inside this
Solar
Chronosphere,
Crest.
he had a hard time last time with a Burrow Strike Epicenter coming in. That'll make it a whole lot easier. Pycat jumps forward,
Got a
tries to go
gem.
for more here, slowing down Puppey with the time dilation. Kezu helps him out. They're going to turn, try and blow up Pycat. They've got him. The BKB used inside the Chronosphere leads Pycat.
yeah, they
We got it.
Secret have lost their vision completely in the area, so I think just due to the map control may cease case though due to these new pickups.
And one looks
High
for
at
another
bottom.
pick, but Puppey does see a couple of rotating heroes. Highlight Die is going to be jumped on by the Burrow Strike. They're going to be able to follow up that stun. Vivert gets picked off in the meantime. MP still trying to fight this one out with RMN with his physical damage, and now a two-man tornado into the Sunstrike. Sunstrike not really hitting there. RMN used his own Yule Scepter try and buy himself time, but he is still going to go down. But on the other side of things, Kezu is being very disruptive. Right in front of all of Navi, does manage to disrupt them and keep them from pursuing the rest of Secret. And it looks like they're low enough HP. They can't actually do much here. Pycat's trying
Dandy's
to
got
turn.
RP.
Does have the Aegis, but he doesn't really have the mana to back it up. He does get a time lapse off. Does a lot of damage, but has an EMP coming in. Pycat's just getting that
Korea.
initiation.
Every time Radiant's courier dies,
That's the Pycat Lincolns. Yeah, or
Possible. They've got the vision. General sitting on the
Yeah.
high ground with a ward.
They don't
see
wanna go
Highlight
high,
Die.
though.
Yeah, he's not the hero they want to go on. They do see Kezu here, and they're going to chrono Kezu. Now, trying to blow him up inside of this one, make sure he doesn't get off the Stampede, controlling him as much as possible. Dandy tries to make his initiation, but immediately gets countered. Kezu's still alive. Now he gets off the Stampede. Disaster strikes for Navi. Completely misreading how they could take down Kezu, and Dandy getting caught as he tries to make his second initiation. That'll be the Aegis, and that'll probably be a wipe here. I'm not sure how Pycat's
Yikes.
going to be able to get away, especially without that Lincoln's. Gets instantly sight the Vice, just like Dendy did. And
sitting on that cliff, waiting to follow up the Chrono. They used Epicenter, Chrono, and the Leshrac on a Centaur they couldn't even kill. And now Navi are going to be
tower has fallen.
with their back against the wall, lose their first lane of racks. They don't want to buy back Dendy. He's got that low respawn time, but going to be further damage to their base.
Are under attack.
No easy
Four
RPs.
versus 5. They may just have to. 30 seconds left. Secret may
Yeah.
just go after this melee rack straight up to the top lane.
Radiant's
Mid one is so well positioned. He's always out of vision, never lets Dendy see him. Ever since that one fight where Dendy solo RP'd him, I think he's caught onto the fact that Dendy is just solely with racks down. It's going to be Secret playing from a very advantageous position. Puppey's got the Greaves, all the team fight pieces coming together. Pilot even gets like a casual Aether Lens for some extra cast range to make sure he can get some of his spells off.
Well, they do get him with the telekinesis and the chronosphere, so MP may end
kill
up
it?
dying here, but here comes that damage mitigation. The Glimmer Cape trying to save him long enough. The bash comes out, but there goes the time lapse. Now Dendy, he needs to find a good RP to be able to save this fight, but it doesn't look like it's possible. Pycat is also going to go down. RMN, his BKB wears out towards the tail end.
General gets away from mid one, but yeah, holding this racks looks damn near impossible. Secrets, like the support items, to me is what is winning every single fight. Having these Glimmer Capes, having the Greaves, the Solar Crest. The Solar Crest on numerous occasions has kept alive whoever's been Chronosphered, and it really has been the difference maker, the fact that Puppey and Pi have done so much.
Here comes that Epicenter, Burrow Strike just on the Puppey, and that's not even going to be enough to finish him off. General, going to be sight the ice, and looks like he should go down here. Dendy makes his way back to the fountain, tries to get a skewer, but and actually latching in time. There it is, GG called from Navi, despite a promising mid-game with all those team fights and big-time abilities. Navi will end up losing to Secret